Alright, so we are at Silver's here in Fort Myers. We're going to be test fitting the coilovers from a 370 to see if it fits perfectly fine. And then we're also going to be playing with the spring rates because the car is technically a little heavier, especially on the forward side. Silver's also owns Cosmic Racing wheels. I didn't even know that. So they're going to be test fitting wheels as well, and that way, you know, they can start selling them. So the car is finally also going to be lowered, so it's going to look really good. Pretty cool. Let's go ahead and get some action.
Yes,
That looks so good.
so what we're doing is we're testing the two mature rear and the divorce. This is the divorce setup. Basically bottomed out, but we still can't go because it's bottomed out a lip.
Yeah.
But I think for like a standard non-crazy stance boy kit, that's pretty decent.
Yeah, that's on point. Yeah.
Actually, we need to take some measurements.
Yeah, I'd say that's a good base.
A good drop.
Yeah. For the non-super low kit. 1 3/4. It's 25 and a half. 25 and a half rear stock.
Basically a 3-inch drop.
Realistically, since this is probably, it'll probably go lower than this.
I will go lower, but not safely.
Yeah, the rear is 25 and a half.
This height is 26 right now. What was the stock front?
20 and a quarter.
I do like how you don't have to worry about the tire getting in the fender. Even
Yeah.
with spacers.
Yeah.
And realistically, you wouldn't be able to drive this like this because actually when I hit first, is your upper control arm would go into it. Start hitting right here.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. This height with like some 50K springs, you could probably drive it. You'd hate it.
Yeah.
But you could probably drive it. Yep.
Yeah, so let's repeat the process with the true rears all the way down.
I'm gonna go ahead and pull the fronts off too. I'm gonna raise these up some just so we're not running into this issue. But obviously can't use it down here.
God, it looks good like that.
I don't hate it.
Well, the good thing about those is because the spokes keep going, it makes the wheel look longer than anything.
Yeah, I was just about to say that thing looks. Yeah, I walked around and like, suspension was compressing, still go on the fender, I think.
That looks about perfect.
I think that would look good, but it'll have to be
That's got a ton of barrel clearance on it.
Yeah.
The true rear bottomed out in the rear, but not settled.
Okay.
Probably go another 1/4 inch or so. But
Yeah.
27 and a half versus 27 and a quarter before. So 1/4 inch higher on the setup.
Yeah.
The divorce setup will go a 1/4 inch lower. Pull down minus the 2x4, 26 up front, 25 and 3/4 in the rear. Yeah, you got 4 or 5 inches up there before it gets into the.
would be good for any home city. Before we raise it though, we go drive it, see how the spring rates feel. That way there's no point in adjusting heights, we gotta swap the spring.
This is really nice and easy on your car over, it's not bad at all. But your height adjusting lock collar is going to be this lower one right here, because you want to adjust how far your shock is in within the lower mount. There, use the smaller of the two spanners. Put it into the top there, a little nudge. What I always do just to help with counting turns, I put a little permanent marker on there. It rubs right off because it's a bare aluminum. But then you just, once you do that, you just can actually, sometimes you might have to take your larger spanner wrench and put it in here and kind of do your turns depending on how tight it is. Like I said, your car's actually nicer than most. You can literally 1, 6. And I'll add a note on, if you do end up ever having to use this up here, if you do turn it with this, make sure these two collars are locked together and you're turning the whole shock.
Okay.
Sometimes you can turn this and this stays still and all you're doing is adding preload.
Okay.
It'll still raise the vehicle, but it's gonna make it stiff as all get out at the same time too. So you wanna make sure you're actually pulling the shock out of the lower mount, not adding preload.
Gotcha. Alright. Easy enough.
Crazy, changes the level.
Thank you, boss.
All set. Pull it out, get some good pictures out.
So that is the height. It's gonna settle a little more, maybe about an 1/8 inch. 1/8 of an inch. Still got some good clearance. Here's the rears up close. With a little bit of camber correction, it should fill in that gap a little bit. Yeah.
I had 26 3/4.
Alright. Gonna have to buy those camber arms pretty soon. What do you guys think about the height? I think it looks pretty good. First drive. It's probably not gonna do justice because I have a whole bunch of stuff in the trunk, passengers as you can see here, and then I have my old coilover setup in the back, the OEM stuff. Let's see. It feels extremely comfortable. I thought it was gonna be more stiffer, like more bouncier, but we went with 14K in the front, 10K in the back. So it's a pretty good streetable spring rate for the casual track user. That feels really good. So I can't really go crazy because my dog freaks the hell out, but I really, really want to take like really tight turns. So going on a cul-de-sac here, I don't feel that body roll that it had previously. And honestly, the comfort level feels better than stock. Where you can feel it a little more stiffer is the bump, but it's definitely not intolerable. Oh yeah, it feels so good. I'm gonna go home, unload this car, and then get some serious data off of this setup with nobody in it. That way I can really push it. And I'm also gonna be testing out this setup to see how well it does in the track. So what we wanna do is try to get the 60 foot much better than what it currently is. The best 60 foot I got was like a 2.1 on the street, which is absolute booty. So if we can drop into the ones, that would be awesome. So we're gonna be testing the way it is here, and then I'm gonna be upgrading to a two-way because this is currently a one-way. And when I upgrade to the two-way, I'm gonna be changing the valving just a little bit, and the spring is gonna be a little softer. But as of now, I'm gonna be getting some good data with the current setup that I currently have. So the good thing about Silvers is while they do have an over-the-shelf setup and system for your car, they also are very heavy on the custom side. So if you want custom springs, whether that's for a spring rate or the height, sizes, the valving, they do all that custom. So that is what's pretty neat about them. Their coilover setup is modular, so like this setup is the one-way right now. When I upgrade to the two-way, it's just gonna be like a bolt. I'm gonna take it off and just a bolt or two, and I can set up the two-way in less than 30 minutes.
So if you're interested in some Silvers coilovers, make sure to hit them up, check them out on IG, and check out their website. Tell them ZillaFullBoost sent you.